Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fan game, and this is Zoronden, your host. Let's check out today's combatants. In the bottom left corner, the red Terran, FirstTimer, and in the top right corner, the blue Protoss, Twelpent. Whatever. We are moving on, and we are on Daybreak, and I believe this is gold? I don't know. Again, it'll be in the information below. You can see it there. Anyways, let's see how these two fellas are gonna do against each other today. There's a, that's a probe. I don't know why I mentioned that. Whatever. And there he's placing down his probe. Pylon. Let's bring up that production tab. And of course we do have Twelpent going down here with his little scatter guy. Not really gonna find anything, as FirstTimer is just building supply depot so far. And just an FYI, I am getting all my computer parts tomorrow, so all my videos should be getting some higher frame rates in them, and I'll be able to encode a little quicker, so everything should just work a little smoother for me. So I'm definitely excited about that. And FirstTimer's plopping down his barracks there. That's kind of working. We're figuring it out here. Basically, you see me messing around with the camera there a little bit. I've gotten quite a few comments that I should use my middle mouse button to scroll around, and I haven't used that in the past simply because my middle mouse button is typically kind of broken. So you can see it doesn't work all the time. So I need to get a new mouse to fix that problem. But I'm gonna play with it a little bit just to get a handle on it, and we'll go from there. Now Twelpent is hiding some cannons inside of FirstTimer's base here, so he's getting all kind of sneaky and trickery, and I'm pretty sure FirstTimer does not know about that. Let's go to FirstTimer's view. No, he does not, unless he heard it, which is always a possibility, however slim. Now he is going to go for his supply depot up there, and that pylon is going to finish, so that is a danger he's going to need to watch for. Oh, and that backup probe does indeed go down. Yeah, now my middle mouse button's not working. We'll get there. We will get there. There goes the cannon. The forge is, of course, down up here. I don't believe FirstTimer has scouted. No, he does not. So, unfortunately, he is yet to know this is on the way, and that is going to cause some issues for FirstTimer. He does indeed have a Marine out. If he could just get over there and detect that barrack may very well should have, in fact, detected that. Indeed, it does all over the place. Not a hard spot. But with a cannon down already, that's going to start causing issues for FirstTimer. And oh my gosh, all the SCVs off the line, going to work at that cannon. Unfortunately, only about 8 of them can get on, so there's a few that are going to be just kind of bait. A bunch more going to work on another cannon that isn't finished. Oh, and that cannon's doing so much damage. SCVs are going down left and right. Is he even going to get it? Oh, and they both go down simultaneously. The Marine comes in to try and mop this up. Another, I think that, yeah, that was a cannon there that got canceled. Going to work on that pylon. He does need to get those guys back to work. Is that probe even down here? They're going to try to start a cannon rush from the other side. Twelpent is all up in this cannon rush. More SCVs being deployed against that cannon. Oh, they're turning around. He needs to get them over there. There they go. They should stop that pretty easily. Going to kill off that probe and defeat that attempt. Twelpent does... Ooh, he needed to cancel that pylon. Unfortunately, he did not. FirstTimer wisely leaves it alone. Now, this third backup probe, I believe, maybe even a fourth, is now placing his own cannons down there. Unfortunately, the SCVs are right off the line to do that, or to stop that, rather. And there's a little bit of chasing of that probe there, a little bit of overkill. And that probe is not long for this world. At this point, Twelpent needs to take his losses and just go home. This is not ending well for him. Obviously, he's doing a lot of damage to the economy of FirstTimer because you can see so many SCVs have been off the line for so long. But go back and look at Twelpent's base. He does not even have a gateway up yet. In fact, it is just now finishing. And it does look like he's finally abandoned that attack. And those pylons are going to provide some nice spying for a bit and a nice little block. But you can see FirstTimer is going to push out. He may only have 3 Marines, but those 3 Marines may be able to do a decent damage if that cannon was not there on that front of Twelpent's base. So nice defend by FirstTimer. Got a little hairy for him at times. He almost lost all his SCVs when that cannon was going to work, but he indeed did defend it. And now he's all the better for it, I believe. Okay, he doesn't have a worker count, but honestly with that mule, he's going to be pulling in more income. Let's bring up the income tab. And indeed, we can see he's ahead by almost 200 at times, about 150 average. I don't know why I hit none. And those Marines are going to get chopped on by that cannon, but two of them... Oh, boy, that is not really what he wanted to have happen. Those Marines don't really do anything. Stop at a little bit of mining time for Twelpent, but realistically, fresh meat thrown to the grinder. And that is something you just don't want to do. You never want to throw units at your enemy like this Marine almost went, and that one indeed did. So he at least caught one guy and saved himself a bit. And there's an expansion going up for FirstTimer. Sorry, I had to grab a drink there. Anyways, a nice defensive line coming up now for FirstTimer. He's gotten quite a few Marines, a bunker as well going up, and not really worrying about these pylons. Now, I would at least stick a Marine on each one just to get them down, because if Twelpent decides to rush Warp Gate, which he's not, actually he is getting it there. He could warp in some units. And FirstTimer poking a little bit at Twelpent, telling him he had bad luck to him. Or either wishing he has bad luck. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but FirstTimer definitely got lucky or skill by pulling off that defend. But yeah, just a recommendation for anybody, when you're sitting in this position, don't leave these pylons up. You don't need to put everybody on them, but at least put a Marine or an SCV on them so they are actively going away, because I detect some warping in by Twelpent here in just a little bit. And that pylon's going to go down, but of course he does have two, and I'm pretty dang sure FirstTimer knows about that one. Indeed he does. And Twelpent's window of opportunity is now. Problem is his gates aren't up, and he wants all of them. And look at that, FirstTimer is just going to nip this in the butt right before it happens. 30 seconds later, and FirstTimer would have had units in his base, and that would have been hazardous to his health. Twelpent tries to warp some units in, but that was unfortunately just not a good decision. Those would have ended badly, even if they did warp in. And it looks like FirstTimer should be grabbing his expansion anytime soon, and just as I'm saying it, it does indeed lift off. And there's a few troops coming down the map for Twelpent. We'll have to see. Yeah, FirstTimer shouldn't have any problem with that. That is quite a few Marines. In fact, it is 15 Marines, not 22. Those are SCVs. They look entirely different. And Probe coming down as well. It looks like he will pop down a proxy pylon. Trying to... There we go. And with just 4 gates, won't be too many units, but any backup units is always welcome. I would expect to see Zealots, as he only has 1 there, and he definitely could use some more Zealots. We will have to see. Oh, but he almost goes in there without his backup units. I almost yelled at him, asked him what the hell he was doing, but he does pull back. Fortunately, FirstTimer kind of knows they're out there now, and he's prodding and poking with his superior force. He's going to find that proxy pylon, and that guy's going to go down. Twelpent, quick enough to cancel it. I did not think he was going to get that. That was a quick eye by Twelpent to get that down. So there goes a couple more Stalkers, a Sentry. Definitely need some more Zealots in there, but nice to see the Sentry. Always like to see some more Sentry play at lower levels. We usually don't get too much of it, so that's a good addition by him. A little bit of repositioning there by the barracks to get an expansion on, or add-on. Keep calling them expansions. Those are for minerals. Here comes another warp cycle, and it is 2 Zealots and a Stalker. Does he still... Yeah, still only running off of 4 gateways. Not completely saturated on his main, and not even mining his second, or his natural, unfortunately. That Zealot is in a bad way if he gets caught off guard there. A little bit of poking and prodding, trying to detect what's going on there. Some more warp-ins by Twelpent, but it looks like FirstTimer is ready to go. Oh, he's going to back off. He does not want a piece of that in the open field. Want to get behind the bunkers here and use them to defend. Twelpent looking hungry to go in. He's determined to get more proxy pylons down. There goes another one. I would expect these armies to clash any second now. Longer Twelpent waits, the more troops and the more upgrades that FirstTimer is going to get. Here comes a Zealot. sacrificing shields for no reason. Some troops standing on the high ground. Those Marauders are going to do serious damage with the high ground advantage. Here comes another warp in. They're getting sniped by the Marauders now. That extra damage doing terrible damage to the Zealot there. And this is a kind of Cold War standoff. I have no idea who's going to take the plunge. FirstTimer obviously doesn't need to. He's holding the line. Twelpent should be pushing here. Or retreat or something. He's not really getting much advantage out of sitting here. As FirstTimer is building more bunkers. Heck, even going for a drop it looks like. Getting bold in his play. FirstTimer saying no lag, sir. Not really. Did I miss something by Twelpent? Let's check that out. Not really sure. Anyways, Twelpent apologizing for that. Curious. I don't know. But check out this drop. It is making its way across the map as Twelpent sits around and twiddles his thumbs. FirstTimer is going to strike. And nobody's moving. There we go! I knew eventually we'd get something. There we go. Yeah, you know your middle mouse button is broke when you have to click 5 or 6 times just to get it to actually click. Anyways, here comes FirstTimer with this drop. He's only got 8 Marines, but Twelpent's got no troops in sight, and the question is, will he push in or will he retreat? Quite a few probes going down. Woo! The warped-in Stalkers trying to do their worst here. Marines pulling back, running around. Gonna try and snipe that pylon. Going actually for the Stalkers now. They're gonna get 1. Should get 2 as well. Heck, they're gonna win this battle. Their retreat vessel is gone now, though. They're gonna try and stutter step those Zealots, getting them down. And 1 more Stalker in. That guy's gonna go down as well. Another Stalker in. He's just feeding FirstTimer these units one at a time. Disgusting to see this, and I think this Stalker's even going down as well. 1 Marine, 14 hit points. Probes have to come off the line to finish him off. That was a disgusting waste, and we did miss a prod attack by Twelpent. FirstTimer absolutely countering with a ton of Marines and Marauders now funneling down that ramp. Twelpent is running for his life. Not much he can do about this. He needs to get the heck out of town. And FirstTimer's going to finish off these proxy pylons. And he now has map control very quickly. Oh, just over-pressuring Twelpent with that bigger army and forcing him to run home with his tail between his legs. That drop actually did a brilliant job. Forced Twelpent to sort of panic and attack FirstTimer. And FirstTimer showed his superior force with vengeance as he is now pressing across the map. Probably looking to take this game. We'll have to see. I'm not really sure what he's intending with the rock punching here. Just looking for a quicker route, I suppose. And not even gonna grab that tower. That is just stopped there, I guess. Needed a break. His troops get tired from running across the map shooting rocks. And there he is going to be grabbing a 3rd. And that is something that Twelpent definitely does not want. You do not want a Terran up an expansion on a Protoss. Protoss needs so many expansions. They need all that money they can get. Of course, you never want to be down expansions to your enemy, period. So, here we go. Looks like FirstTimer's looking for a poke. Or he's just checking for the 3rd, I suppose. That's a logical thing, too. Here they go. Oh, and he is going to catch that 3rd expansion. Oh, and he skims on a probe. Here he comes, walking right into that ball. Let's bring down the HUD and check out this map. No storms for Twelpent. That High Templar went down quick, and the Zealots are just gone out of there. The Stalker line is going to melt to this Marine Marauder ball, at least what's left of it. Twelpent did some nice damage to that ball, but just not enough troops to compete against that Marine Marauder ball. He's going to move in on here. He does not need to be shooting that. He needs to get down the probes or the pylons. One of the two. That is something often missed by low-level players, is the proper buildings to attack. You don't need to take down a Twilight Council. when a gateway is right next to you. But look at this. FirstTimer is just liquefying everything and anything in this natural, and it is gone. Twelpent is going to be in some serious trouble now. Comes down with 3 zealots. What are you doing? Oh, but brilliant storm! Almost completely takes out FirstTimer's troops there. And I think Twelpent may manage to hold this. I don't know, that's a lot of Marauders. And not anymore! 1 Marine left, and FirstTimer is wiped out. He does indeed have some troops on the way, though. A few Marines there. He's even brought SCVs up to attempt to build bunkers. Twelpent poking out with 2 Stalkers. Their shields are gone, though. These Marines are doing serious damage. And look at that. He's going to load up and perform a drop. Why the heck not? Trying to scroll with my mouse. I can't do it. Alright, here comes this drop. And I just what does Twelpent even have at this time? 2. Oh, he needs to be merging those Templar. They're not going to do a ton of good with him. As long as they have energy, I guess. If he can get the right storms off. But here come these Marines. 2 Stalkers aren't going to be able to do much. I don't know if any of those Templar have enough energy for Storm. They are so low. Needs more of an Archon in or 2. And that probe line is gone. Twelpent now has no income. He's going to have to bank off that 1,500 he has. Check that. He's got his natural back up. I completely missed that. And the storm on 1 Marine! What are you thinking, Twelpent? No! Oh, Twelpent essentially throws those Templar. Oh, another nice storm there, though. He did have more energy than I thought he did. But now the Templar throw their lives away. Oh! Twelpent could have defended that better, but again, ultimately, his demise was still on its way, as there is just a stream of Marines coming across the map. But it is always painful to see some storms miss, let alone a storm on a single Marine twice. It happened twice. Oh my gosh. Woo! Anyways, guys, this should be my last cast on my old computer. Should have the new beast up and running by Thursday. So hopefully we can enjoy that in its new high frame rate glory. But this was a great game by FirstTimer. He is a fan that sent in the game. I want to thank him for sending that in. And I want to remind all of you that I am looking for more replays from the fans. I have a very empty library of replays right now, so I need more sent in by you guys. You can send them in to Zoronden at gmail.com. And that, of course, is listed in the information below. And if you guys liked this game, please do subscribe and thumbs up the video. It helps me out quite a bit. I am, of course, Zoronden, and I'll catch all of you next time.